During this video, we're going to be talking about the new features that we have just added to InstaBuilder 2.0. First up is the image hotspot. We added the functionality and the ability to add hotspots to your images. So here I am on my sales page right now, and when you click on an image that you currently have on your page, you now have a new settings option down here that adds a hotspot to your photo. So we're going to click that, and we're going to see that we get this little bubble on our image that is free to move around and place wherever we want to. So for example, I can place this over here on top of this little structure, and then I can double click it to bring up the settings for this hotspot. Now first off, we have tooltip text, where it's right now it says double click to edit, and you're going to see over here when you mouse over it, it says double click to edit. So we can replace this message with anything that you would want your visitors to see when they mouse over this hotspot. So if I was to say my cool message and I mouse over here, it now says my cool message. For the display trigger, we can have it when we hover over it with our mouse or on click. So this way the visitor would have to click on the hotspot to see the message. We can also enable blinking for the hotspot to blink in and out like that there. We can also change the size, the background color, the opacity, and the border color, along with a border style and the thickness of the style. So you can really customize these hotspots to match your website and your website design. Now if we scroll back to the top here, we have a few different hotspot types. We have a tooltip, which is what you see right now, where we have the message on top of our hotspot, or we can change this to a pop over or a pop up. If we choose pop over, you have some new settings that you can edit: your pop over title, the pop over content, and then the rest is going to be the same. Or we can choose pop up, and this gives us the option to edit our pop-up message. In case the visitor clicks on that hotspot, they will receive this pop-up box, and we can enter any information that we want to enter here, like our headline, our opt-in box, a video, or anything like that. And we also have the option to add multiple hotspots to one image. So if we just click on the image again, we can keep clicking this and adding as many as we would like, and then rearranging them anywhere that we would like them to be on the image. The next new feature that we added is the option to have an image slideshow on your page now. So if we click over here and drag over our new element, the slides and carousel, we now have this new image placeholder that we can edit. And if I click on the gear symbol here, we have the option to edit and insert our own slides. And as you can see right now, we need to enter slide image number 1, the title, and the destination URL. Now the title and the destination URL are optional. If you want them to be able to click the image and go to another page or website, you can enter that URL here, but it is optional. All you have to do is insert your slide image. We can also click on add slide to add additional slides as well, as many as we would like. I went ahead and I added an image to each one of my slides, and when you do so, to preview what your image slides look like, you need to go ahead and save your page, and then you need to go ahead and preview your page. And when that loads up, you're going to see the images that you entered. You have an arrow on each side where you can click the arrow and skip to your next image. And if I were to enter a URL into one of these slides, I would be able to click this image and it would redirect me to the URL that I inserted. The next feature that we implemented is the ability to disable right clicks on your website. So if you click on the gear symbol up here inside of the page that you would like to edit, you now see an option here that says disable right click. And when we choose that, we can enable or disable this feature, and doing this will block the visitor from right clicking anywhere on your website. Or on the other hand, you can enable this option here, which will disable the user from right clicking on your images only. So we give you a little flexibility there, and you can also enter a warning message that you would like to show the user when they try to right click on your website. The next feature that we added is the ability to copy and paste elements across different pages on your website. So this is really great if you have an element that you would like to have on a different website. You don't have to rebuild it and recreate it anymore. So my image slideshow here, if I wanted to add this to another page on my website, all I have to do is highlight it like that there. We then click on the gear symbol. We go to remote copy element. We choose that, hit OK. Next, you're going to head to the new page where you would like to insert this element. And then you're just going to go to the gear symbol and then remote paste element, just like that there. And then when we scroll down, we're going to see that we now have this element here, and we can move this into place wherever we would like it. Another new feature that we added to the settings option up here is the ability to add a fave icon to each individual page. All we have to do is click on the fave icon, and we can upload our fave icon here or search for one in the database. For our next new feature, if we jump back in here to the settings option and we go to page settings, Next, we jump to general typography. We now have the option to adjust our line height and the white space between paragraphs. So when I adjust this, you're going to see that we are giving more space in between our paragraphs, and then for the line height, you're going to see we get more space in between our sentences. Another great feature that we added is the ability to lock single or multiple pages, especially launch pages, from non-subscribers. Only subscribers can see the content that you lock. So the way that we do that is we click on the gear symbol again, we go to the gateway page, and what we can do is we can enable the page gate. We scroll down here, we need to choose the pages in the post that we would like to lock. So let's say that I wanted to lock the InstaBuilder menu sample. So I click on that, and then we have two options for the unlocking mode. We can have the page auto unlock after the first time they visit the website, or we can unlock it only after they subscribe to our list. So once we do that, we need to choose our thank you page. This needs to be or can be the same thank you page that you are currently using when people opt into your web form. So I'm just going to choose Hello World, for example. And when you do that, InstaBuilder is going to give you a custom URL here that you need to take. You need to copy this, and you need to paste that inside of your autoresponder as the new thank you page for when people opt into your list. And once you do that, you have your gate set up, and the pages that you selected here are going to be locked unless someone opts into your list. Another feature that we added is the ability to delete templates that are currently inside of InstaBuilder 2.0. Now you can delete the default templates that come pre-installed, or you can delete custom-made templates. All you do is mouse over the template like you see here, and then you have the delete option to delete that template. Now to wrap up our video here, we also made a few improvements to InstaBuilder 2.0. One of them being that video elements and image elements now have their own margin settings inside of the settings menu. And the next improvement that we made is that we separated the line divider and the spacer into two separate elements. So previously, these used to be one element, and as you can see here, we now have two separate elements for each of these settings. And those are all of the new features and the improvements that we have with the latest release of InstaBuilder 2.0.